Welcome back, ladies and gents, to my Jackanory read-through of The Bench, A Tale from Paradise Heights. This is, of course, a read-through of my novelisation of the play, The Bench. So that should appeal to those of you that will have seen the play but won't have read the novel, because there's loads more in the novel. You get to meet other characters that you've seen in the other plays and things. And of course, for those that aren't familiar with Paradise Heights, it's a nice introduction to the series of plays, films, novels, art, blah, blah, blah. Stuff that keeps me out of mischief, keeps me out of prison. Anyway, I think without further ado, I should get into this. I will talk at the end about the characters and how these two particularly unusual characters came to be. And how it was such a gamble bringing them in, and the reasons why I brought them in. But yeah, that's at the end. So for those that just want to hear the story, you can switch off when I get to the end of this. And for those that want to hear more about Paradise Heights and stuff in general, I'll add a little bit at the end, because I know a few of you want to know more about the series itself. So without further ado, if we're sitting comfortably, let me just have a quick sip from my drink. If we're sitting comfortably, I'll begin. The Bench, A Tale from Paradise Heights, Chapter 2, February. He'd watched as they'd cleared snow from the play area, rocks salting as they went. Like high-vis snails leaving brown peppery trails, the guys from the council are always on it quick in the park, particularly when it's been snowing. Where there's blame, there's a claim. They'd even swept the snow from the bench, and one of the guys, is it Colin, even tried to wipe some of the wet away from the seat with some dirty towels from the cart. He left a couple of wiped, empty rock salt sacks on the bench for people to sit on. Tightly packing the sacks to the seat, he took a roll of duct tape and sealed them around it. The workmates shaking their heads as they watched. You don't get paid extra for that, you know. Small touches, Harry lad. People appreciate that. Corny watched this exchange. What happens when it snows again then, clever ass? Well, when it stops, they can peel these off and the bench might be dry underneath, eh? Yeah, and leave the sacks floating the park up. Keeps us in a job, Harry lad. Corny just smiled. The man loves his job. The man loves the park. Yes, it made Corny smile, but he's not smiling now. Far from it. He's angry. Some people like to sit on the bench in winter. Some people like a bit of peace to the park that the park can give them during the day. The park has two phases, of course, like all parks have. Jekyll by day and Hyde comes out at night. But sometimes, Hyde can be seen during the day, like today. The guy sat on the bench, his back to Corny, early 30s, a combat jacket over a hoodie. In turn over a leather bomber, dark cargo trousers and biker boots to grip the ice. The hoodie is pulled over a woolly hat. The combat jacket has a patch sewn into the right shoulder, a severed wolf's head on a stake with the words, "Life is my bitch," in a scroll underneath. Dark, rough-shaven, his fingerless, weightlifted, mittened hands are busy. One works a cigarette, whilst the other has been thumbing the buttons on his phone. He's completed a couple of transactions this morning. Visitors tracks to the snow to and from the bench. And it's an odd place to Corny. Drugs never sat easy with him now. They had in the past, when he was here. They had more than contributed to his spectacular fall. They didn't rest easy with him now, though. No. And nothing about this guy rests easy with him at all. A couple of young girls, skipping school, had built a small snowman from some of the snow shoveled off the play area by the councilmen earlier. The dealer spent a lot of time watching them. In fairness, there wasn't much else to look at, as the park was empty. but it didn't mean Corny had to like that. Now, Sharon Maloney was here, as she was every morning, unless it was raining, and she had young Jem and Luke asleep, cocooned under layers in the buggy. Just a routine to get her out of the house, thought Corny. A single mum struggling with 2 toddlers. Not unusual around here, but not any less hard. Sharon is very attractive, and Bitch Boy here was spending a lot of time looking at her with a predatory gaze. Corny watched him. Bitch Boy almost seemed to sense each time Sharon was going to look over at him, and he timed his look down to his phone screen to perfection. Just a guy on the bench with his phone waiting for someone. Maybe texting then to find out where they were. Sharon had left with Bitch Boy still watching her, and Corny still stood those 6 feet behind the bench watching him. Bitch Boy's hand, perhaps subconsciously, moving slightly in his pocket over his groin, enough to wind Corny up even further. Fuck it. Bitch Boy goes back to working his phone as Corny calmly walks to the rear of the bench. He leans forward, whispering something into Bitch Boy's ear, then walks back to where he was standing and waits. Bitch Boy's thumb stops tapping on the phone's digits, and he involuntarily raises his right shoulder a touch, snapping his head around to the right and then behind him. He stands pumped and ready. What the fuck? He walks around the bench and looks behind the war memorial. He looks a little freaked out. Corny smiled. Good. Bitch Boy pauses a moment, looking past Corny and over to the children's play area. Clearly unnerved, he strides off past the bench and down towards the gates at the opposite end of the park. Corny beams a self-satisfied grin, watching him go. There's a shuffling, sniffing sound behind Corny. He turns to find Spartacus, checking the bushes for fast food cast-offs. Hey, Spartacus! Where have you been this past couple of weeks? You've got your colour back. Hey. A black and white Spartacus gives Corny a friendly arf and goes bounding off around the corner. Behind him, a woman's voice, familiar. Do you want to tell me what just happened? Oh, shit. He remains facing away from her. How are you doing, Angel? Good morning, Corny. Now, what just happened? Spartacus came looking for her. I'm not talking about the dog. Tell me what just happened. He shrugs his shoulders, reluctant to turn around, but so wanting to see her again. Nothing? So you didn't just speak to that man? No. Like a child in denial. Corny, look at me. He turns to face her, about to reply, and as ever, her beauty almost takes his breath. He can see she's angry. It's been too long since he saw her last time. Defense here is going to be tough. And yes, I'm going to have to try because I think I know why she's here. What do you miss most, Shirley? 9 weeks down here, and so far 23 incidents. You can't count Spartacus. I'm not counting Spartacus. Strong, powerful, darkly melodious, the vibration of her voice causing a tiny shifting of snow on the war memorial. Ooh, angry angel. Tread carefully, Corny. Well, that was at 23. Eric. Oh, come on, man. I couldn't stand there and watch him fade out like that. Freeze in his sleep. Become a popsicle in the park. And let's not forget one of those incidents was an accident. How was I to know she was a psychic? She didn't have it written on her forehead. She holds out a prosecuting palm in his direction. Exhibit A. That's the problem. You're going to have to come back, Corny. The words she was dreading. He stands firm, determined. No. But she's even more determined. Arms folded, eyes blazing. You don't have any choice in the matter. It's what I'm recommending. But I'm not doing anything destructive. Everything I've done so far has been for a positive reason. So you say, but how long before you playfully say something or do something that causes someone to react in a way that you didn't expect? This isn't some interactive video game you're playing, Corny. You are allowed here if you behave responsibly, and that's clearly not happening, as I've witnessed this morning. Please, Shirley. No, it's no good. Oh, one more chance. No. You're getting involved and that's dangerous. Well, I'm not showing up on YouTube or anything yet, have I? Come on, Shirley, give me another chance. I can't go back there. Okay. I just can't, okay? Listen to me, please. I've been good, right? Overall, I mean. I really have. Everything I've done has been a positive. You saw how I was. You know how I was. You saw me in my last days here. For Christ's sake, Shirley, you were there at the end. You know. I could have gone out there and haunted these bastards, but I didn't. They might not have even seen you, Corny. Haunting isn't just about going out and... I know that. But surely the point is, I didn't try. I didn't do anything negative. He looks at the sky, to the tower blocks, to the park. Don't take it away, Shirley, because... Well, I don't know. Seeing it like this, I lost it all while I was still here. But now I'm seeing it like this and I don't want to lose it all again, please. But it's there in her eyes, although they have softened. Through sympathy, of course, the heavy weight of duty rests on her shoulders. She's got a job and she's going to do it. She's going to try to reassure him, calm him, but she's going to take this world away from him. You've not given yourself enough time. She puts her hands on his chest. You'll grow to like it. He grabs her hands, taking them off his chest, anger rising in him. I won't! The air crackles invisibly at his voice. A slight tremor in the trees. A couple of birds take flight. Snow shakes loose from the branches in a soft powder. And the swings move a touch, as though they were prodded by unseen hands. He hasn't noticed this due to his anger. Just as well there's no one here to witness it. Shirley's mouth drops open slightly. She hasn't seen him this way. She can see the regret in his anger with her, a flicker of shame in his eyes as he moves away from her, sitting on the lip of the base of the war memorial. She pauses a few seconds, not looking at him, not wanting to cause any more embarrassment or upset. She walks around to the front of the bench that someone has taped some rock salt bags to. Odd. And she sits. She takes in the play area and the tower blocks beyond. After about 30 seconds or so, she speaks. Valentine's Day. What? What I miss the most? Valentine's Day. It's today. Oh, damn. How could I miss that? She smiles to herself, hearing him sigh. At least he regrets missing it, but still, it would have been nice. Oh well. And Tom Jones. Ooh, Studley. All that sweat and thrusting groin. He can't help but smile. He crosses to the back of the bench, both hands resting on it. Really? You got a thing for the older man then, eh? Well, Tom's still rocking it, ain't he? Still here. He climbs over, sitting down next to her. She continues to look out at the play area, purposefully. She has to keep this together no matter what. Corny, you're too damn cute. I'm talking about 1969, love. I was on my way back from one of his concerts at the Empire. 5 of us in a Mini Morris. Just my luck. It was only me that copped it. Just bumped my head on the windscreen. Barely a mark on me. Beautiful corpse, as you can see. Yeah. The damage was minimal. Is that why they call you Corny? They must have known. Drop dead gorgeous. Too late, I already have. No, I know what you meant. Another shit joke. He moves closer to her, his breath on her neck. She can't help but shiver slightly, giddily. No, I meant you are drop dead gorgeous. Heaven is truly missing an angel. More femme fatale. My kind of girl. She puts her hand on his chest, a move meant to push him away, but instead a move that stops once her hand is on his chest. Her fingers spread. His eyes are so sharp, so clear, so warm. I'd live for you. My kind of guy. She breathes into him. Come on. Let me show you heaven. Their lips have the barest of touch when Corny breaks the moment, looking away as though looking to the park for an answer, leaving Shirley hanging for the kiss. Can you get pregnant here? What? In the park? No, I know what you meant. Don't tease me, I've had a very sheltered death. Stop it. Stop the joke. This is the last time I can come here, Corny. Whoa. Whoa, wait a minute. That is a decision. She's made a decision. I think she has. She's building to a warning. She could have said that. Am I staying? Am I? Do you know how lonely you're going to be? I've thought about it. I could be bored to life. Please, Corny. She looks sad. Shirley, I'm really sorry. Look, am I staying now? Just the shift in her body language, the sink of her shoulders, the soft breath of a confirmation. Yes! An elated shout as he leaps to his feet. The snow shakes down in the trees once more, the birds squawking this time as they take flight. The swings move a little more this time. Will you stop that? Was that me? How am I Did I do that? Wow. Hey, wow, thanks, Shirley. So much. He turns to look at the park, the estate beyond. The man who was staring a prison term in the face has just been granted his freedom. If you break one more rule, I'll be back for you. Okay. God, he doesn't understand, does he? She stands up, taking hold of his hand to turn him around. I'm telling you this because he takes her by the waist, pulling her to him. He breaks the kiss, looking into her eyes with a clear understanding. I know why. Corny walks her into the memorial, putting his palm against the stone, a habit he's picked up since coming back. He's found that if he holds his hand there a while, he starts to experience a mild tingling sensation. I'm not the only one to come back here, am I? Shirley is taking in the park again. Why here? I mean, of all the places you could spend your time, of all the places you could go, you spend all your time here. I don't spend all my time here. He takes his hand away from the war memorial, rubbing it against the other, the tingling's still there. I grew up here. I played on them swings as a kid, and on the roundabout and the slide. I played football down there on those football pitches with me mates. I had a scrap with Billy Howcroft down at that water fountain. I used to do 4 circuits of the whole park at dawn when I was training for me fights. My last lap would finish here at this war memorial, where I'd do my rocky punch in the air bit. I had a tiger. It's just under 2 miles in total. Fit lad was Corny Pitbull McGeehan. He darts over to the bench, gives her a mischievous look. I kissed Cherie Welsh on this bench. She gives a whatever shrug. I walk down here with my dog on Sunday afternoons and sat on this bench. The same bench my dad used to sit on and watch me and my sister playing on them swings. This is my world. It's not love. You're locked out of it now. You're just watching. You're not part of, well, you're not supposed to be part of it. Try to remember that. He shakes his head. It's mad, but I feel as part of it as I ever was. You're going to get lonely here, Corny. I felt lonely when I was alive. Nothing new there. I think I was haunting my own existence. Dickhead. Fucked it up. Pissed it away. You saw how I was. Especially those last few hours. That was just a snapshot, Shirley. If I had me time over. Yes, and if your auntie had balls, she'd be your uncle. You were very noble, what you did in those last few hours. Anyway, not now. I don't want to talk about that now. He takes her in his arms and starts a slow waltz. Dance in the dark, death tangos in the night, a soft touch in the shadows. From out of the past, she saves me at last, and on her smile, the sun rose. He kisses her again, not as long, a smile on his face as he spins away from her. What's that from? It's mine. Well, no, actually, no. It's yours. Valentine's Day. You wrote that for Valentine's Day? I haven't written it so much as thought it a lot. And no, I genuinely forgot it was Valentine's Day. It's just a mood you left me with the very first time I saw you. Did you write when you were alive? I was shit. Well, half okay. The other half was empty. The empty part of the glass. No, the full part of the glass. It's just that I emptied it a lot. Maybe I could have found the time, but I spent most of it with me demons, didn't I? Now I get to spend a bit of time with an angel. Life, eh? Or should I say, Corny, come with me. I can't. Maybe one day. Keep coming back for me. I'm not coming back again, Corny. Break the rules again and someone else will come, but it won't be me. I'll hope to see you. I won't be back. Well, I will be back around here, but it won't be for you. He forces a big, beaming smile. Well, you don't have to smile about it. But that's what you want me to take with me, right? More smiles per mile. Go, babe. Just go, 'cause I don't think I can keep this up. There's a wetness around his eyes, and it hurts him to see the tear that falls down her cheek. She turns, starting to walk away. He closes his eyes. The one thing life and death has taught him is that everything has a price, a toll. Give me another kiss before you go. She doesn't turn, she just keeps walking. No. You can hear the wetness in her voice, you can hear her fighting it. No. If you want me, you're going to have to break the rules. The wind blows up a soft flurry of snow, a cloud. He quickly takes her hand. He can feel the electricity in the air, but at the same time he knows it's too late. A cloud of snow whips up. It blows around her, and as it dissipates, Shirley is gone. He stares at that cruel space a while and then turns to the bench. He looks at it a while, then raises a hand and slowly rests it on the back of the bench as he looks to the children's play area. And then he smiles. So there you go, that's February from The Bench, A Tale from Paradise Heights. And as you can see, it was quite a gamble, well it was for me anyway, to introduce these two particular characters, you know, an angel and a ghost, Shirley and Corny. But I'm glad I did, because audiences really warmed to these two characters. You'll see more of Corny as this story develops, because it's not just about separate scenes around a bench. We start to get a plot that starts to spin out of this, but I won't give anything away now. And you will get introduced to some of the more meaty characters, like the bad guy Frank Morgan and all that sort of stuff, but that's all to come. Yes, so there was quite interested in these characters to the point that I wanted to further explore how these characters met. So the next project after I did The Bench was another play, and it was called Rank, set on Halloween, quite spooky. There's more information on that on the website, talesfromparadiseheights.com. So have a look at that, and you start to get a feel for the piece, because a lot of those characters will pop up in this. What else? I want to apologise because it's took me so long to get this update done, but I've been very busy doing all sorts of other stuff, art projects and things in particular. I'm really enjoying my art at the moment. Sinfuljoe.com, plug. Have a look for that page on Facebook as well. Oh, and subscribe to the channel. I keep forgetting that. And share this where you can. I really appreciate you guys watching this. It's kind of fueling me up to keep these things going. But I'm not going to be able to do the 2 updates a month that I said I'd be doing, because I'm just so busy, and each of these chapters is probably about 40 to 50, maybe more illustrations. And I know they're quick and everything, but I still need to do all those illustrations. So it's taking longer than I thought, but I will finish the series. Some of this I've probably said twice now, so sorry if I have, but this is about the 16th time I've tried to record this because I keep effing up. But anyway, I'm getting there. I want to say a big thanks to Justin Wetherill, who's producing some great musical little stings for this to add a little flavour to it. Yeah, and he's done some truly wonderful stuff. You've heard more in some of this chapter here. Really talented lad, Justin. And it's great working with him. I will keep these things going. So for the moment, that's it from this chapter. I'll talk more about Paradise Sites for you, those of you that want to know, in the next chapter. If there's questions you want to ask them. Leave comments on here or whatever, and I'll be more than happy to talk about them. And like I say, you'll find a lot on the website as well. So that's me for now. Thanks again for watching. Please share, please subscribe, and stay safe in these bloody crazy times that we're having. Once again, thanks for watching. Speak to you later. Bye for now.